Ladies and gentlemen, the last 24 hours I've had the chance to meet this man. He is so talented, he can legitimately do anything. If you're a fan of Doctor Who, if you're a fan of Torchwood, if you're a fan of Arrow like myself,
can you make sure the volume's up quite loud because I get really, very descriptive. I love you too. It's amazing. First of all, thank you very much. It's great to be in Boston. I've been here many times before, but very quietly. I've filmed a couple of pilots here in the past. I've got family here in Boston, and so I can say I'm a little bit Bostonian, but I also in the past have had a bit of Boston in me. So, and it was a lot of Boston, let me tell you. Gotta love the Irish. Occasionally. For those of you who have kids in the audience, good luck explaining this on the way home. A lot of you were here. How many were here yesterday with even you greedy sons of bitches? Not letting other people have a chance to have a bit of me. What I usually do is I take questions and I feed just a little bitch. How do you like Ken, everybody?
Yes, sir!
Ken and I are shipping. And we are known as Con. He's Irish. No, he's not. I don't know if he is or isn't. But I'm sure to find out. Tell his girlfriend. What I usually do is I answer questions and then I feed off you guys, you feed off me, we have a great time, we have a laugh, stories develop. I usually get naked, no, I'm just kidding. That's the way I kind of let things roll. But first, because I won't get to say it to the end, I like to do questions all the way through. I just want to say, for myself, and with all the joking aside, but thank you very much because you guys as fans have changed my life. You've given me the life that I've always dreamed of, and I want you to know, and the reason I do these things, you know, of course, I get paid to do them, which is fantastic because it's part of my job, but I try to go the extra yard for you guys to give a little bit more than maybe what everybody else is because I totally appreciate what you have done for my life and I will never, ever forget it. So thank you very, very much. What are you sitting over there for, Yvonne? That's my niece Yvonne. Stand up and wave. And that's my niece Bridget. And this is their cousin. Stand up, this is the family. Those are my brother's kids. Oh, like you care. Yes, first question. Yeah, you lucky.
I won't ask about James Marsters again. But, I have a question about your character, Jack Harkness. Is he really the face of Bo? And if so, how?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's never been discussed, it's never been said, but there's...
do you have a theory?
Huh?
Do you have a theory?
I do have a theory, and if you let me answer the question... I'll get to it. Alright? No, the theory is, if you go back and you listen to Jack Harkness's speeches of how he died, there was one gigantic speech that he does. I can't remember what episode it's in, but it does describe... What? Someone usually shouts out the episode. What is it? Utopia. He describes a whole list of ways of how he dies. And there's one of them in there that I think is how he gets to be the face of Bo. But, as we all know, his body can, bring back the bits and bobs and come back together. And in a way, I wasn't going to use the word regenerate because it's not regeneration, but rebuilding itself. We know that can happen. So there's got to be a point where, when this particular thing happens to him, that he is separated and kept away from his body. So his body is probably still existing somewhere else. Headless. Or with somebody else's head on it. And he's actually Jack Harkness and the Doctor. Can you tell I've been reading fan fiction? I'm just a big nerd like you. Except I'm a big gay one. What? How's that different? Not all nerds are gay. Someone just came up to me in the line and they said, bless his heart, because I love when people are trying to be, in on things and like they're progressive and, trying to be up on, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Yeah. And he walked up and he said, so, nice to meet you. And I went, nice to meet you too. He said, so how's the wife? No, wait, And I went, excuse me? Thinking person didn't know I was gay, and he says, no, how's the wife? How is he? I thought maybe, how did you like when you met him? And I went, well, just to explain to you that it doesn't work like that. We're two men. He's like, oh, okay, thanks for that. So I thought, it's interesting to then see how, people, you try to do it in a nice way, right? But it was interesting to me that someone had that perception. So I'm going to go home to Scott, and I'm going to go like, I guess you're the wife. Should you do now? And it'd be like, what do I do anything different? I thought that was a good one. There was another moment that, I don't know if she's here. I got really touched by it. He was about 6'4". At my table. No, and it was a young lady came up to me. It's the first time I've ever had somebody say this. And it was a young girl, probably about 18, 19, and she put her picture down and she said, can you sign this for my two dads? And I welled up and she looked at me, she went, what's wrong? I said, well, that's something that I fought for and been out there and pushed for, so that someone of your age eventually one day would come up with no qualms, no, preconceived things and just say, this is for my two dads or this is for my two moms. So it was a huge moment for me in Boston. Thank you. Next question. Yeah.